Hello everyone, my name is David Arzanta here, and I'm going to be here to showcase to you my Raidraptor deck profile for 2026. I honestly, I managed to grab one during my time in the regional tournament. I managed to grab the Arsenal Falcon, which is really good because honestly, it's actually, and then I complete my deck. Now I can showcase my deck profile. Without further ado, I'm going to showcase my deck profile. I got 3 copies of Vanishing Lanius. Vanishing Lanius is, I think it's one of my best pure 1-starts because once per turn during the main phase, if this card is normal or special summoned this turn, I can special summon a level 4 or lower lit or Raidraptor monster from my hand, just for additional summons for that. But a lot of people don't, I think many people don't run this, but I run it just because it's just a fun deck to play, and just I like more likely pure. Next, I have 3 copies of the song Schomburg, the Bird of Perfection. Bird of Perfection, I usually do that because it's the special ability. Because during the main phase, if I normal summon a winged beast monster or monsters, you can reveal this card in your hand. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one Schomburg monster. So I can just normal summon it whatever I feel like it. It just adds for additional summoning, or that's what it says. Stir. It doesn't say accept itself, so it's just for additional summoning. And go for rank 4 Exceed Blaze, if that's the given scenario. Next, I have 3 copies of Tribute Lanius. Tribute Lanius is actually a really great one because I love it because during your main phase, if this card is normal or special summoned, you could descend one Raidraptor card from your deck to the graveyard. And then during your main phase 2, if this card is destroyed an opponent's monster by battle this turn, you can add 1 rank up quick play spell from your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for Wrestler except Raidraptor monsters. I like this one. Next, I got 3 copies of the brand new one called Bloom Vulture. Bloom Vulture is actually a really great 3 of in this deck because if you do not control any face-up monsters other than Winged Beast monsters, you can special summon both this card and 1 Raidraptor monster from your hand. And if you control no monsters, you can target 2 level 4 or lower Raidraptor monsters graveyard, including this card. Special summon them in defense position, but you can only use once per turn. And you cannot special summon monsters you turn either. You activate either of these effects except dark monsters. So this locks you into to activate card effects. You cannot special summon monsters, except dark monsters. So it puts you in a lock. Since most of my monsters are dark, so there won't be a problem. I have 3 copies of Fuzzy Lanius. Fuzzy Lanius is just an extender of the card. If you control a Raidraptor monster other than itself, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add another Fuzzy Lanius from your deck to your hand. But you cannot special summon monsters you turn you activate either of these cards' effects except Raidraptor monsters. So once you special summon it, or once you activate its effect, you'll be on the lock for specials. You cannot special summon monsters except Raidraptors, so it puts you in a lock. So you're only allowed to do Raidraptors, which is that's a drawback. Next, I have 2 copies of Strangulanius. If you control a dark monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters within turn except dark monsters. And if you control a Xyz monster with a dark Xyz monster as a material, you can target a level 4 lowered Raidraptor monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated. Good for that, but I think it's good for extending plays and special summoning. I got 2 copies of Raider's Wing. Raider's Wing is actually a great 2 of because this card is also treated as a Raidraptor card or a Phantom Knights card. So it works really well if you could just use with the Rushy bar, if you try to do the green link play on this, because it allows you to send a Phantom Knights monster, or yeah, it says Phantom Knights monster to the graveyard. Then set a Phantom Knights spell or trap directly from your deck to spell trap card zone, which I can just send Raider's Wing. An Xyz monster whose original attribute is dark has this card as a material gains effect. Your opponent cannot target a discard with card effects. Or, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you get to detach one material from a dark Xyz monster, especially some of this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. I just basically like this one because it's good for it. But I love the deck so much. 2 copies of Norlanius. Norlanius is a grade 2-off. During the main phase, if this card is normal special summon, I can target a Raidraptor monster that I control. Then I can add a Raidraptor monster with a different level than that monster from your deck to the hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard and increase or decrease the levels of all Raidraptor monsters you control by 1. But it really works best if the card that you mostly have relied on with this effect is just this Heal Eagle. Because if all the monsters you control are Raidraptor monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a Raidraptor spell or trap card in your graveyard, then add it to your hand. But I mostly rely on this to link summon. This is good for this and good for a link for link plays. I have 1 Raidraptor singing Lanius, I think. Because if you control a face-up Xyz monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Just a good Xyz extender for the play as long as you have Xyz. And 1 copy of Mimicry Lanius, because this is the card you're going to be sending in the effect of the Tribute Lanius. But I go 1 of because it's actually a really good card because send. This is actually the send. Got 1 Kaiju, 2 Snow Rabbit, 2 Veiler, 2 Drone Lockbird, just for quick blanks. I would go with Ash Blossom, but I don't have any Ash Blossoms, to be honest. But hopefully, maybe the next tournament, I'll buy some more Ash Blossoms. But until then, I'll just start saving up and challenge myself. Now, let's head towards the spells. I got 1 copy of Foolish Burial, just to send any monster that I want from the graveyard. I know it's like a lot of things to go for, but I love it. 1 Rise Up Magic Force. During the main phase, during your opponent's battle phase, target 2 or more Xyz monsters you control or in your graveyard, including the monster that is on the field. If at least 2 remain face up in resolution, special summon a Raidraptor or Xyz monsters from your extra deck with the rank equal to their combined ranks. And if you do, attach the targeted monsters to it as material. This is treated as an Xyz summon. Man, this is so much. So 1 level 4 here, and then the other 5 and 4 is going to be combined. Well, so 9, 13. 1 called by the grave, just trying to banish nasty traps. And then I got 2 copies of Rank Up Magic Skip Force. I run 2, just for Xyz play. Phantom Knights, the Rank Up Magic Force. Really adds into it. 2 copies of Allure of Darkness, just for drawing 2 cards, and then I have to banish to draw 2 cards and banish a dark monster from your hand. Or if you do not have any in your hand, then send your entire hand to the graveyard, which is a big drawback. If I don't draw a dark monster, I have to banish my entire. I got to send my entire hand to the graveyard. 2 copies of Raidraptor's Nest. Raidraptor's Nest is that if you control 2 or more Raidraptor monsters, you can add a Raidraptor monster from your deck to your hand. But you can only use this effect of that effect once per turn. It really adds in the effect of adding more monsters, but 1 Raidraptor Roost. If a Raidraptor monster is special summoned from the extra deck to your field, except during the damage step, you can add 1 Raidraptor spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. You can target 3 of your Raidraptors that are banished or in your graveyard, place them on the bottom of the deck in any order, then draw 1 card. Just add it for additional resources. I like that. Next, I got the traps. The traps I got is 3 Imperm, 1 7 Tools of the Bandit just for budget play. it just when a trap card is activated, I could pay 1,000 life points to negate the activation. Then I'll destroy it. One Phantom Knight Raidraptor Phantom Knight's Claw. When a monster effect is activated, I can detach a material from a Dark Xyz monster and negate the activation. If you do, or destroy that card. Then, if the attached material was the Phantom Knight's Raidraptor or Xyz Dragon card, one Raidraptor Xyz, one Raidraptor XYZ monsters you control gains attack points equal to destroyed monster's original attack. I really like, just for a budget play, I just think it was good for my defense if you try to activate an effect or something, but I think I like that one. One Raidraptor Glorious Bright. If you control a Raidraptor monster, then target one face-up monster control. Or if you control a Raidraptor Xyz monster, you can target one face-up your opponent controls, negate that card's effects until the end of the turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your Raidraptor monsters that is banished or in your graveyard and add it to your hand. But you can only use this effect of Glorious Bright. And the last one I have is the Raidraptor Readness. I only just do that just for a budget play. This turn, Raidraptor monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. If you have a Raidraptor monster in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and you take no damage this turn. Good for protection. Now let's head towards my extra deck. The extra deck consists of many card types. So the ranks I'll start off with is that I'll have my Phantom Knights Xyz play. So I have one copy of Phantom Knights Rusty Barb, one Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, and then Dark Requiem Xyz Dragon in case if I want to use the effect. I mean, this card is really good because if this card has Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon as material, it gains these effects. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, then target one face-up monster opponent control, change attack to 0, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to that monster's original attack points. Or, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. Then you can special summon one Xyz monster from your graveyard. But it doesn't say once per turn. It doesn't say once per turn on the second effect, so that means I can do it. One Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon. I think I go Arc Rebellion just for a one-hitter in case if I'm up against an enemy that has so much level and has a high attack and I need something to get in his way. That's the card I usually rely on. And I got one DDD Don Kayuya. Just for there's a lock. Next, I have two copies of Force Strix. Force Strix is actually really great because I can just once per turn you can detach a material from this card and add a level 4 Dark Wing from your deck to your hand. Really good. Two copies of White Strix. I think I need to get. Maybe I should cut this to 1 because I think it's better. But I think so. I think it's better if I pull off 1. Next, I got Raiders Knight just for the effect. Because that way I can go for Brave Strix play. Next, and then with Brave Strix is really good too because as long a Raidraptor monster has this card's material, it gains the effect. This card gains attack points equal to its rank multiplied by 100. And if this card has a Winged Beast monster as material, you can detach one material from this card and then add a rank up magic spell from your deck to your hand. Which really is you can go for that. And then I got my Arsenal Falcon. As I got it from my regional tournament. That's really great. You can check it out on my YouTube, on my vlog. I had a good time and I managed to find it. It's really great. One Ultimate Falcon, one Final Fortress Falcon, and one Rising Rebellion Falcon. Either way, I just want to say thank you so much for listening to my deck profile, and I want to say thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye. Love you.